What's up everyone, welcome to another video. After doing these insane 1vx challenges with Terran and Zerg, it is now time for the Protoss. Protoss versus 4 silvers. Well, one of them is gold, he just got promoted, but I think he still makes the cut. This is gonna be an epic challenge. Let's begin. Alright, the map is going to be Toxic Slums and our opponent are Terran, Protoss, and Zerg. Now, I actually already played 2 games against him on Abandoned Parish. If you guys don't know that map, that's fine. It's the map I usually use, and I got absolutely slaughtered. Like, I don't mean I lost in like a cool game, no, I got absolutely dunked on. And I've been trying to evolve my strategies just to, keep you guys up to date with that. Is the first game, I tried to go for kind of the playstyle I usually have with Terran, where I like pressure a little bit and then go into the macro game, try to do as much damage as possible, etc. But what that left me is that I just couldn't make enough units later in the game to defend their push together at like 7-8 minutes with like a million supply. So then the second game, I tried to just go like full macro, but then what happened is that I just didn't do enough damage to them and then allowed them to build up. So it's hard enough for me, bro. Relax. So now what I think I'm gonna do is go to the other side, and instead of pressuring a little bit or macroing hard, I'm gonna pressure super hard, and I think it kind of makes sense. So why I normally would... Wait, I didn't actually check where they spawn. That's a little bit of a mistake. I assume they're not right next to me, so I'll just check here first. I think they're probably not there. I would guess it's probably here, but I'm going to check anyway. But what I was going to say is I think if I don't attack them as hard, they're going to have an easier time grouping up their armies more than anything else. I think if I'm like really... Oh, they are actually here. Okay, that's nice. I think if I am actually attacking them very hard, they're not going to get the opportunity to, just max out as easily, group up as easily, and attack me. I think they're going to, sow a lot of chaos in between them. At least that's what I hope. Hope we're going to see a little bit of that. So I'm going to go for something a little strange. I'm going to do a 2-gate opener. Okay, so we found the Terran already. I'm just going to call them Guy 1 to 4, by the way. Guy 1 is the player on the left and Guy 4 is the player on the right, just because otherwise it's going to be hard for me to distinguish. I'm going to make 1 pylon here. So I'm going to play a 2-gate opener, but with just 1 gas. Normally you go 2 gas with this, but I'm just going to make 1, because all I want to do is make 2 adepts to attack them. Probably the Zerg player, by the way. I think the Zerg is going to be the most susceptible to that. Let's make sure I'm not getting 12 pulled. Looks pretty fine to me. Not that much gas either. And then I'm going to expand faster with the money I save from building and mining from that gas. That's the entire plan. And then the follow-up is to, instead of going for, a normal macro game, is to play like... maybe like 4-gate Blink Stalk or something like that, and really try to kill them one by one and make sure they don't get the focus on attacking me. I think that sounds like a decent idea. So these are going to go towards the Zerg. Sucks for me that the Zerg... Wait, isn't there supposed to be another player here? Or is he here, or he flew away? It's also possible that he flew away, by the way, because it is a Terran, I believe, that last player. So I guess we'll find that out soon. So this expansion is a little greedy, but I think it's just what I have to do. I'm just going to check all the other bases just to make sure, because I didn't check at the start where the spawning locations are going to be. And then I'm going to make the Twilight Council first. I do still have to make a 2nd gas as well, by the way. And I really hope I can do a lot of damage to the Zerg with this. I can also do damage to the Protoss. It's just against Terran. You don't usually want to do this because 2 adepts don't one-shot an SCV unlike the other workers. So there's the problem. And make sure I actually get Warp Gate 2, of course. And then I think I'm going to get 2 more adepts for now. Let's see if I can do some damage with that. This should be able to do a lot of damage, by the way. First target did go wrong, but that's okay. It is going to do a lot of freaking damage, especially if the Lings are not coming. I'm just going to cancel the Shade and kill more of these workers. Yeah, this is awesome. This is the kind of start that I need. Oh, I did target the wrong one there. Oh, wait. He actually right-clicked on the adept that was far, so we're going to get even more damage than we probably should. I did target the same one again, so that is a little bit of a mistake by me. Not the best micro ever, but obviously still a pretty good situation there for me, at least for the start. Do I get batteries already? I do think I should get a double battery. What is that? Oh, that's... What the hell were you doing there? Oh, I see what happened. No, the player is there. Okay, he just walled off. I was so confused there for a second. But the player is there and he just walled off. Okay, so it's kind of crazy that they spawned next to me. No, I wouldn't have thought that it would be possible, to be honest, but I guess it is. So that Zerg is a little bit damaged already. I don't have any units at home for now, but I think that's okay. Now, let's see. If I can get into the Protoss base past the cannons, I could do some serious damage. Let's see. He's making a Stargate now. He doesn't have units yet, I believe. Okay, he does have 1 cannon, 2 cannons in the main. So it's going to be a little hard. 3 cannons in the main. gonna be a little hard for me to navigate that, but at the same time, he is spending a lot of money in doing that. So that is a lot of cannons. I think we are just gonna leave this base, but we do scout the double Stargate. And I guess now I'm just gonna go ahead and check if he has a Nexus or not. My gates are gonna finish now, which is great. I was kind of worried that was gonna take a little bit too long. Let's see if there's a Nexus over here. And then I'm gonna start warping in Stalkers. Now, I don't know yet what guy next to me is doing. That's probably the scariest out of all of this. But I do have my robo on the way, so there shouldn't be anything like too dangerous that can happen. Let me make sure to kill this Overlord. Guess I can also shade into this base. I mean, if he's not going to be... let's see, that's about 12 Marines or so. Could be quite dangerous, making tanks too. Yeah, this is kind of the scary part. Like, a lot of the Terrans, they just love building up a bunch of tanks super fast. And I don't really have a counter for it right away. Like, later on, if I get like 5 million Zealots, for example, then that's going to be a good counter. But before that, it's going to be quite hard. So far, though, the 4 Adepts are doing freaking amazing for me, right? Like, these 4 Adepts that I built are actually doing everything for me so far. So that is nice. I'm going to attack the guy next to me with a bunch of Blink Stalkers. These Shades should be, or these Adepts should be able to escape for now, which is nice. And then maybe I can pay the Zerg player another visit. I feel like that could be quite nice. Let's make another pylon, go towards a third base. He does. Oh, that tank shot actually hurt. Without the tank shot, I think these Adepts would have lived. Now, let's see what I can find over here. Looks like he's just going for, yeah, Bio with upgrades. That is like the most standard thing a Terran player could ever do. So that is obviously not too surprising. I'm going to be able to deal a little bit of damage here already, though, which is nice. Are there tanks? There is a tank. I think I might just go for it, you know. I'm just going to blink it to the main. Oh, I'm going to be able to kill this tank. That's really nice. There we go. And then I'm going to take my third base behind this. So far, this is by far the best start I could have had. It looks like we're playing against Thors. He's actually going to build Thors from that. That's a little crazy, but I mean, if he wants to, why the hell not, right? He can build whatever he wants. This is a game of StarCraft. If you guys have watched my challenges before, you know that I also build what the hell I want, so it's not necessarily something crazy. Oh, let me just... I'm going to use the Prism to save them instead. Here we go. A little bit of micro. Nothing too special. There we go. And I'm going to warp a couple more Stalkers in his face as well. And then now I think I want to go for Charge and make a bunch more Zealots. Charge doesn't naturally sound like the best thing to do here. Just because we're playing against people that have like 1 million units, and charge lots are not necessarily an efficiency unit, right? Like, it's more like an overwhelming unit. But with the amount of damage I did so far, this is looking pretty decent. You see, this is exactly what I wanted. They're gonna start helping their teammate. Was that a carrier that I saw? That's a freaking carrier. Why is there a carrier here? I guess I'll just blink on top of that and kill it right away. But they are coming to help the teammates, and that is exactly what I want. Because now, like, if they attacked me, I would be in a big amount of trouble, but they're gonna help each other, which is gonna buy me so much time, and the blue player is really suffering from these attacks. Now, I did lose both of my anti-air or my air units, so I'm actually not going to be able to blink out of this, which is quite unfortunate, but I guess we'll just see. If they're distracted enough, maybe we can still do something. I'm going to send my Prism over there now. I warped in a couple Stalkers over here. Those are going to help me defend whatever comes my way. Don't necessarily need any detection yet, which is nice. Okay, so, oh, there's more carriers. My Prism is not going to be in time, I'm afraid. Let's see. I can maybe escape with a couple. I could have recalled them. Oh, I was just a little bit too greedy, huh? Really should have gone for the recall there. I'm going to save 3 of them, which... yeah, I mean, we saved a couple, right? Like, it could have been worse, but I should have just gone for the recall there. It's just, I feel like I'm undoubtedly going to get in trouble with my units later on in this game again. So, recalling that would have been, you know, kind of a little bit of a problem for later. I'm going to be able to snipe that. Let's see if I can kill these medevacs as well. That's going to be nice. There we go. I'm going to send this Warp Prism across, actually. Wait, oh my goodness. My Stalkers are on the high ground. What the hell? Look at that. Oh my god, that is so cool. I'm just going to keep kiting this. This is always how you want to play with Stalkers. You just want to kill units for free. Blue is actually out of bases, which is super nice. I don't have any upgrades yet, I believe, besides Blink and Charge, of course. Yeah, but these Stalkers actually kind of popped off. Now the Zealots are going to come in, and I'll be able to kill all of his units for pretty much free. That is not an army that can deal with Zealots very well. And so far, guys, the chaos that I'm sowing has definitely been, you know, the best play so far that I've made in all of these games that I've tried. You guys obviously seeing only this one. Well, oh my goodness, I'm very happy with this so far. Gonna cancel that base. I am a little worried about Mr. Carrier on the left, though. Like, carriers are gonna be, yeah, just very, very difficult to deal with, right? So that is gonna be my 4th base. I'm gonna warp a bunch of units over here. Maybe I should go triple forge even. I feel like that could be quite nice. Let me make sure to check the corners as well. So he has a bunch of units over there. I think going across the map is probably the best thing I can do. It looks like he's building something over here. Oh, he's just building a bunch of barracks. Ah, okay, that's nice. Gonna be able to kill pretty much all of them. Keep in mind, I killed guy number 3's army. It's a little confusing because I said left to right for the numbering. Well, then the guy was not really, you know, all the way to the left. He was just literally right next to me, so that makes that a little more complicated. But the blue Terran is trying to rebuild command centers, and green Terran has lost all of his army. These Hydras are also gonna die. Okay, this is looking very nice. They're gonna have to say, okay, no, he does have way more Hydras than I ever want to fight against, so never mind that sentiment. I think I'm gonna go for Storm. I feel like going for Storm would be nice. The Hydras are now getting drawn out, which means I can warp into his base again. Like, this is not necessarily the most efficient thing ever, but it's, you know, the Chaos is all that I need. This Chaos is doing everything for me right now, so I'm gonna keep playing around with the Chaos. Let's see if I can find some units on the left. Yeah, okay, actually his entire main base is just gone because of this. This is awesome. Let's get a couple more Zealots in here. He is bringing his army back as I expected. Maybe I can go ahead and kill that tank now that I saw there earlier. There's one tank over here, I believe, right? Or did he move it? I think he might have moved it. His professor is cheering me on. Oh yeah, this player, guys, he is playing from his lecture. And apparently they found out that he's playing a challenge right now. That is very funny, not gonna lie. Okay, so green has a pretty massive army. He did stim already. If I can force another stim, that would be quite nice. Let's see. Are we gonna stim again, Mr. Guy? Probably not right now. I'm just gonna blink down here. I am gonna lose one of my units for it, but that's okay. Did I start my storm yet? I didn't start my storm yet, unfortunately. Gonna go ahead and recall these now. Okay, that is a lot of carriers. I'm not happy seeing that amount of carriers. That's why I'm gonna warp some more zealots in over here, just to try and get his attention back. I feel like that is... Oh, I don't want to lose that to a Thor. Just to see if I can bring him to bring those back. That would be perfect. I'm gonna send the probe to the watchtower, see if I can kind of catch him, you know, wherever he is gonna be moving those units. So the carriers are still moving across. I do have a pretty significant amount of stalkers, though. Okay, so he's probably gonna try to target the warp prism. I'm gonna go into green's base now, which is also going to be very annoying for him. I don't think it's a good time for me to add a couple more gateways, right? Let's go up to 4. Okay, so I found some units over here. Let me just make sure I one-shot that Thor first. Here we go. I'm going to kill this now, and then the medevac as well. And then I guess I'm going to have to do some pretty serious blink micro. Is the prism still alive? The prism is no longer alive, sadly. Let me just go back here and activate the battery overcharge, and that's going to make for a really nice trade. Green, you can tell, he's very clearly focused on the battle in his main. It is a slow warp-in, but in fact, it doesn't even look like I needed that warp. Oh my god, this battery overcharge is saving my life right now. So many of those freaking stalkers survived just because of the battery overcharge, and that was awesome. Now we're still in a little bit of trouble just because of the amount of hydras the Zerg has. That Zerg has so many hydras, I'm not even really sure what we can do against it. And he's moving across the map now, which is probably the scariest of all. So I'm gonna attack the blue player again. I'm warping in a couple Templars. Templars are gonna be the best thing I have against... No, why are you going there, you absolute psychopaths? I thought I send them the right way, but apparently not. Now, I'm just gonna... Okay, so he actually came back for a bit. I'm gonna have storms from the high ground pretty soon. These storms are actually gonna be epic, by the way. Like, if I can get him back against the wall, these storms could be absolutely massive. Oh, okay, let's just bait him for a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna bait him now. The storm should be ready any sec. Oh my god, the storms are gonna be freaking massive from the high ground. Look at that play. That is very, very, very cool, right? Oh my goodness, there we go. That was such a big amount of hydras, but we managed to clear it up. Or yeah, it's still, you see how hard it freaking is, right? Like, we still pretty much... Wait, he actually scanned so he could kill the Templars. That is funny, and one of them already morphed into an Archon. But just because of those storms, we managed to clear up that fight. Now, I can probably... I want to target the medevacs first, because the medevacs are going to be the biggest problem here. I kind of want him to stim, but he hasn't stimmed yet. That's kind of sucks for me here. I do have a pretty significant amount of units still, but here are the carriers, guys. These carriers... Ugh, I'm not quite sure if I can counter these carries right now. Okay, he didn't make upgrades. Thank goodness for that. If he had upgrades, we would never be able to kill those. Okay, right now, he's just gonna go for the pylons. I will never be able to warp units anymore. This is the worst part of fighting against carriers, is that carriers is probably the easiest unit in the game to use, so it doesn't matter if it's a Grandmaster controlling them or a Silver. They are gonna be doing literally the same thing, and it looks like the carriers are still gonna be able to get it done against me. There's a little bit of a lag spike, which is anticlimactic because because I'm literally about to die. If only it was the carrier player. That would have been so nice. If only it was the freaking carrier player. Okay, so it seems like the lag has subsided, and yeah, I mean, these carriers, I just know from experience that these are not going to be killable, so that is going to be it. But this game was the first game where I really made a lot of stuff happen. I think what I need to focus on for the next game to win, I really like how I'm improving every game, by the way. Like, I know you guys didn't see the first 2 games, but trust me, they were freaking awful. I got crushed so hard. But here, the thing I need to focus on is just to kill the unit that is like, how do I put this? Like I said, carriers doesn't micro when a silver micros them. They're always going to be super, super strong. So if I notice the player that's making like the low skill units, I know it sounds really dumb, but I really think this is the right way to go. If I notice a player that's making low skill units like this, I think I need to focus on them, because Marines you can counter with micro, with storms and stuff like that. Carriers you can only beat with numbers, and I'm never going to have the numbers advantage in this game. I mean, I did have more supply than him, and we got very, very close. Like, the Zerg is pretty much screwed, only now taking his 3rd base, and I was taking my 6th base. The blue Terran is pretty much completely dead. The green Terran is almost no army. Well, he does have 98 supply, which is pretty decent. But if we just kill this carrier player, we're going to have a really good shot. Let's give it another try. So this game we're going to be playing on Abandoned Parish. I think this map has some very specific advantages and disadvantages. So the biggest disadvantage is that the opponents spawn in groups of 2, so it's going to be really easy for them to defend each other. On the other hand, I'm a little bit further away from them, so they can't attack me as easily. I'm not quite sure if that's going to make a huge difference, because the last game I lost to carriers and not to some kind of fast attack, right? But I still have some good ideas for this. Like on this map, I can be a little bit greedier. I was thinking, so I have tried some games with oracles. The oracle has been a really good unit in those games where I got crushed. The only thing good about those games was, you know, me making an oracle and getting an insane amount of kills. And in the last game, the Blink Stalkers were very, very good. I really enjoyed it. I feel like I'm piecing like a big puzzle together. So I think I can go for 1 Oracle, right? That Oracle is going to scout everything for me. It's going to kill a lot of workers, most likely, unless I mess it up, and that's going to be nice. Then, instead of going into, like, Void Rays or something after, I can go for 4-gate Blink with the vision of the Oracle without having to make a Robo. So that's another good thing. And then I think after that, I don't necessarily have to make more gateways and charts. The chartles were good, but maybe I should go for Colossi instead, because the Colossi are basically going to be pretty much as good as Storm, but more consistent against the units that they were building, because they were making a lot of Marines, a lot of Hydras, and those both get absolutely annihilated. I'm not exaggerating, absolutely annihilated by Colossus, until late game units come out, like Vipers, for example, or something like that. But I feel like that's going to be a really good idea. And then if we play against carriers, I could use that Stargate from the early game to go for Tempest instead and counter the carriers that way. So it's, yeah, I mean, it's quite the strategy. We're still going to have to scout everything and hope everything goes our way. But for now, I do like where we're heading. I think that probe that probe I rallied on the minerals needs to go into the gas. Then I'm going to make my cybernetics core now. They don't really seem, this looks like a walled-off Terran to me, right? They don't, oh, it's actually a Protoss who's making a, so far he's been opening with Forge all the time, but now he actually opened with a gateway, huh? So he might be going for like an even faster Stargate than normal. Or well, than normal. I mean, I guess that's his normal, like in the last game, right? So that means 2 Terrans should be on the right side. I do like that the Terrans are the furthest away, because Terran does have very scary harassment, and the Zerg is the closest. If I wanted to go for 2 Adepts, I guess I could try and get the Zerg again. This is a Reactor Expand, so the green Terran over here is going to play relatively chill, at least for now. It is a really good build to do, by the way. It's just I enjoy that I know I'm not going to get attacked right away on one base. And this looks like a walled-off Terran to me, who's going for 2 barracks, including a upgrade on the tech lab already. Okay, that upgrade scares me a little bit, because if that is concussive shells, just to clarify this, guys, I think if you're playing a Terran, if you're playing as Terran in 1v1, the concussive shell opening absolutely sucks. But if you're playing like me and you don't want to be attacked at all because you're going to play greedy, then all of a sudden it's pretty scary. Like in a 1v1, you just make a battery and you're very, very fine with it. In a 1v4, you don't want to waste your money on a freaking battery. Trust me, that is not what you want to do. So I mean, he did spawn really far away. I could make 1 Void Ray as well. I could make 1 Void Ray, but that would delay my timing, so I'm not 100% sure about it. I guess I'll just send my Oracle over there to maybe keep him back. The thing is, the Oracle can also defend the Marauders, but it does have to use all of its energy for that, and I don't think I really want to. I guess I'll just make... Should I make a battery? No, I'm not going to make a battery yet. I'll try to wall it off a little bit first. If I get Colossus later, wall-offs are going to be quite nice. So this is basically going to be like the same attack I did against the Zerg's last game, just like significantly delayed. I guess that's the best way to put it. Like it's way later of 2 adepts than they were in the last game. But judging that by the fact that my opponent has never made a Zergling yet, I believe, exactly, he's going to go for Roaches again. He does already have them, which is pretty crazy. He's not using them so far to counter this, which is quite nice. I'm not going to use my Oracles yet, just because I'm scared I fly them into a Widow Mine or something. So these adepts are going to survive. And then maybe... Oh, I'm going to go for the play. Let's see. I'm going to put his stasis in the middle line. Is it gonna... I think it's going to work. Look at that. Oh my god, we're going to get... Oh, it's every single SCV, I believe. Wait, I don't think I've ever seen that. Every single SCV, that is freaking crazy. Holy cow. That guy has no economy. He doesn't just have a small economy. It's just, it's gone. Like, there's no economy to be had anymore. Now, how tight do I want to wall this off? I think something like this should be enough. Like, it doesn't have to be super tight anyway. I guess I'm going to scout what other guys are doing. I think I need to know what the Protoss is doing, just in case it's like freaking... I mean, I really feel like it's just a Stargate again, but we might as well just give it a check. So now I have 1 Void Ray. That Void Ray is just going to be my defender for now. Oh, wait, actually, he doesn't have it properly saved against the Oracle this time. So I'm going to be able to kill so many probes. Look at this. The Marines trying to help with the Marines, but he can't. Yeah, this is brutal. Wow. Okay, this is exactly what I wanted in Oracle, guys. This is a really good start. And it seems like this might be even better than the last build. I mean, so far I've been saying every time that this is a better build than the last time. And it has been. But this time it looks quite nice for sure. I can use this for a stasis as well at some point. Let's see how the economic situation of the guys is over here. Marine tank. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the same as last game, right? Like, there's nothing too special about that. Let's make sure to kill some drones with these. And I'm going to shade out if I can. I think one of those probably going to die. Maybe if I put it in front, it's not going to die yet. I mean, this is so much damage against the Zerg already, which is really nice. He also... Okay, so he has this base too. They might be feeding the Protoss, I think. Because the Protoss hasn't expanded at all, unless he took the gold already, which I would actually be quite impressed by. He hasn't expanded at all. So they might be feeding him for his Sky Toss. I'm kind of tempted to go straight for the Protoss. I mean, I do have recall as well. As he's blink done yet, it is not quite done yet. Now, what I want to do after this is go for the Robo. Let's see what I can find over here. Like, there's probably a tank or something, you know, that I want to be afraid of. See, so I got these 10 Stalkers. Let's make this Robo now. Get a couple more batteries in front. Okay, wait, I could actually fight that with... No, I actually lost that. That's bad. Okay. I kind of struggle with the high ground there. Okay, wait, no, wait, that looks like it could be DTs. Let's see. Is it DT? Yeah, it is DTs warping in. I can see them, I believe. Is that the Shimmer? Yeah, I do see the Shimmer. Exactly, that's what I thought. Okay, so I'm just going to use my Revelation here already. It's not going to be that big of a deal. I'm actually very happy to see DTs instead of Skytals here. That is quite nice. I do need another Revelation. Luckily, Oracles are such good detection. Like, they're really freaking good. Like, notice how fast that came off cooldown again. Like, that is absolutely awesome. I mean, if it's actually not Skytals, we are going to be quite happy with that, but I can't, you know, guarantee that yet. I'm going to start Charge, and I'm going to get a Forge as well, mostly for cannons rather than anything else. I kind of wanted to put a stasis. I'm not 100% sure about the stasis anymore now. Because if I put a stasis, I'm not going to have energy for the Revelation, which is a little scary. Let's try to get this saturated properly. I'll just put a Stalker in the wall too. Oh, we're going to find 2 Liberators. That's nice. I'm going to put a Stalker in the wall, at least 1. Just so if there's DTs trying to run by, they're going to run into the battery. And then, you know, it's going to be into a Stalker healed by a battery, rather. Which is going to make that way nicer for me. Now, let's try and mess up Mr. Annoying over here with his DTs and carriers and all that stuff. Let's see how much damage I can do against him. I can probably save that one as well. Okay, so he's really struggling with the economy for now, which is great. Kind of starting to wonder if there's maybe like a hidden base at play or so. Actually gonna go for a secondary Robo. See, I'm gonna kill that Prism. I wouldn't be surprised if he already has another Prism on the map though, but because you might as well, you know, give that a snipe when the time is here. Okay, so there's a couple DTs here. Probably kill a bunch of these. Okay, now I'm gonna be able to kill these. Let's make sure to move the Oracle away. All right, I mean, this is looking pretty decent so far. We got ourselves into a position that we like. I still have to be afraid of the low skill units like I mentioned before, like carriers, battle cruisers, that kind of stuff. Maybe even like Ultralisk, for example. The Ultralisk are definitely already a little bit harder to use than the others in that list. Get a couple more gateways. I'm gonna make a Prism as well, just so I can destroy with the charge loss. I feel like that would be quite nice. Let's see how well defended he is. No, I'm gonna lose the Oracle there. Yeah, I'll just have to make another one. That's annoying. It's also not the biggest deal, though. I wanted to blink into the base, but with those Widow Mines, I would have lost, you know, a crazy amount of stuff anyway. So maybe it's better that I lost the Oracle, that I lost too many Stalkers. I'm gonna make another Oracle because they have been so good to me. And I suppose I'll just... Actually, I'm going to make a prism with this. I'll just make a Warp Prism, put 4 Zealots inside. Let's make a couple more gateways. I already made 2 more, I believe, right? I thought... yeah, okay, I did, exactly. I'm going to make a Templar Archives as well. Like, I just want to make sure I have all the high-tech stuff so I can actually deal with any army that they throw at me, pretty much. But you know what? I'm going to check for the hidden bases real quick, because I just feel like this Protoss should have more. I know he's most likely being fed, but I still feel a little bit suspicious of that. I got... Okay, I get to get range. That's nice. Gonna get the Prism now. Prism is gonna go over here. I could wait for the Terran to leave the base. Oh, that's gonna be nice stasis in it. Okay, we found the Prism as well, which is nice. There we go. No DTs in my main for you. I mean, I had a cannon anyway, but realistically, 4 DTs are gonna annihilate a cannon. So, you know, not necessarily gonna be super useful. Then I'm gonna make Storm, and then I'm gonna make a Fleet Beacon just in case we actually see it's gonna be like carriers or BCs at some point. And maybe I should just go for the transition already. Get like my second Stargate up. Really move out on the map with my Colossi as well. I'm gonna have 4 Colossus, guys. My army is good. Okay, so he has Roach. I didn't even know how he got there, by the way. I didn't see him, but that's all right. So there's no hidden bases on the map, which is nice. This army is easy to overestimate, because it's really good defensively, but it might not be that good if I'm out in the middle of the map. So that's what I need to be careful with. I really need to keep kiting forever and stuff like that. Storm is on the way, which is nice. Probably work for a couple Templars pretty soon. But so far, these do seem like big attacks. Okay, I'm going to try to take this gold base now. Well, they're distracted for the moment. Okay, this is already going to be a really good fight. Look at this. I can just kite this army. I'm killing so many units very, very easily. And this is exactly the kind of fight that I want. I don't think I want to fight against the Roaches. So against the Roaches, I'm going to run, but look at the Zerglings. Yeah, oh, this is awesome. I'm getting so much value just from kiting. This is exactly what I wanted all this time. Sadly, I'm not going to be able to micro these perfectly. I think it's too many units. I was considering... Oh, dude, for a second, I thought that was a Colossus out there. I was like, oh my god. Okay, I guess I'll just warp in a couple more units. I'm going to get a couple Tempest, actually, just in case. Like, this is really just preparation. I can always warp in more units into their base as well if I want to, and make sure to kill those units already pretty much for free. Do need to make sure I back off before I get surrounded by the Roaches. Like, this is just so much damage against the Roach. Look at this. If you kite them, oh man, I'm so happy that I went for the Colossus. This is awesome. I'm gonna lose one of those, I think. Oh no, I'm gonna be able to run away and warp Zealots in time. Oh my god, we killed almost all of the Colossus already, or almost the Roaches. And this is very, very good, guys. I like this. Now, we didn't have the opportunity to get... Oh, there's a DT. Good thing for me, I have an Observer. I guess I'll just siege it over here. Or sieging it sounds weird. Put it in the noob mode, I guess, where you can't F2 it on accident. Okay, he does have a... Oh, he was actually scanning for DTs. No, I just didn't warp in yet. I know I'm kind of fast, but I'm also not everywhere, guys. Relax, okay? So this is going to be another really good fight. Gonna blink to kill this tank. The Zerg retreated like a little bit too far. You can tell the Zerg is there. There's a lot of planetaries, by the way. Green is playing super defense. Okay, this position is so good. Look at these Roaches. They're getting baited to the high ground by me being a little too close. Okay, excuse me. Going for these Colossus was by far the best decision I've made so far. Look at this. I feel like I killed their entire army already. I also have Storm already. Let's see. I'm going to go up to 12 gateways, and then I'll try to take that 5th base. I'm going to put down a stasis over here, just out of range of the siege tank. Another one over there. I do think I could probably fight. Yeah, it's just one tank for now, so we can totally fight against this. And make sure to actually get a Prism up. Wait, he built turrets under my Prism. Honestly, that's kind of cool. Not going to lie. Wait, where the hell are you going? I want you to build this base. And there we go. So now I can F2 in, you know, guilt-free because I already lost my Prism. Okay, I'm just going to put a stasis all around. Stasis are super nice to put around you, by the way. So you can always retreat into your stasis. They don't affect your own units, so that is going to be super nice. So I have 4 Tempest. The Tempest is not the best unit ever, realistically, but it is very efficient, so that is nice. Let me make sure to saturate these gases. Yeah, these are gonna... Oh wait, I got Storms too. Oh, these Storms could be absolutely massive. Yeah, he needs to run away from the Storms. I did lose an Oracle there. I think I'm gonna bring my Observer back with me. I'm gonna warp some Zealots here. No, I'm gonna keep the rocks alive. I really wanted to work on the rocks, but I think keeping the rocks alive would be nice. Oh my god, he's fighting into storms and Colossus. That is so brutal. Pretty good flank by both of them, though, I have to admit. So there's a couple DTs in here as well. But good for me is that I had a couple Zealots and I have the Observer. I think I'm just gonna warp more and more Zealots here. So the efficiency so far is going very, very good for us. I think it's time for us to go into carriers and our own DTs as well. I think that's gonna be the best play. I'm gonna make a second Cyber Core so I can actually get these air upgrades. Maybe I should start making like a... Yeah, actually, I kind of like that. I'm going to start making a cannon field in the middle here that I can always retreat to. I feel like that would be quite nice. So I got 3 Robos and I got 4 Stargates. I think I could probably kill that planetary real quick. I don't want to be too overconfident because I don't actually have any really good planetary beaters. But I feel like this army... actually, I have the Immortals. Never mind. I have more Immortals than I thought. So this is going to die pretty fast. He still has the DTs. Man, I have to say, I know I counted the DTs well, but I do still count myself lucky. Oh, that storm! Please land! Oh my god, that storm is beautiful. Look at that. All these Marines melted. But I do still count myself lucky that he's not going for the Skytals, because Skytals would have been a bigger problem. Though, we did have our counter ready this game, right? Now let's start getting this fueled up in the middle. I mean, this would actually be a little bit of a sick achievement if I managed to out-expand 4 players. Like, if I get the middle of this map completely, I would end up having more money than them in total, which is freaking crazy. Do I only have 1 forge? I thought I made another forge. I don't know where it is, though. Guess I'll just make this forge right now. I also want to get shield upgrade. I guess I'll just go for the triple forge, because why not? Let's see what I can pick up for free here. If I can kill this base, too, that would be nice. That's another tank that's going to fall. He does still have his DTs, which are annoying. Let me just siege his observer so I don't walk it into the cannons. I do want to be a little careful here, because I feel like if I go too far, I could totally get absolutely surrounded, and that's not what I want. Get a couple more cannons up here. Oh no, I thought I heard something attack, but it was actually just my stasis that expired. That was actually a little scary. So we're gonna get a drop over here. I'll recall a fraction of... Oh, that's actually not the best recall ever. It's not gonna be that much. No, the 1 Colossus is gonna be able to take care of it, so that's fine. And I guess the Stalkers with the Tempest are gonna be able to take care of that. I don't want to lose this Void Ray, but sadly, I cannot stop that from dying anymore. I'm gonna get the base over here. And I guess since they are gonna start dropping, I'm gonna also build some static over here. And I feel like I've done a really good job controlling the map, but we're definitely not there yet, right? Like, keep in mind, it looks like we're absolutely popping off, but we're playing against, what is that, like 9 base opponents, right? I'm currently on 5. So that should tell you how hard this challenge really is, that I can, you know, have that many bases, but we're still behind the opponents. I'm starting every single upgrade, which is nice. Gonna get Blink. Wait, I thought I started the DT. Maybe it canceled on accident or something, because my pros were blocked. Totally could happen. So my Protoss opponent here did go for Skytals in the end, but I already have the Tempest. Tempests are not necessarily good against Void Rays, but I guess in the small numbers it is going to be pretty good. Now there, we saw Vikings. That is scary. Vikings are going to be super good against these Colossus. That's a really good choice by them. Probably should have used the Warp Prism for that, but that's okay. Hope I still have the Probe here somewhere. I guess I'll make some cannons here as well, and some batteries. Like, you don't need infinite static defenses, but you do need like a little bit of a delay on their attack. So they have Mutas as well. The storms are not quite ready yet here. Oh, I really love this camp that I have in the middle, though. Do I have a storm? I don't know where the storm is. Okay, it was just one of the Templars in the back. Yeah, this is going to be a scary moment here, because their army is freaking massive. Their army is way bigger than mine. I didn't make Disruptors yet. I feel like Disruptors would have been quite nice here. Oh, wait, this looks nice. I think I can pounce on this army over here real quick, because that army looks like it's out of position. And they don't really want to... Oh, that storm is going to be so brutal again. There we go. They don't want to fight into my cannons and stuff. I do need another prober so I can keep building cannons non-stop. I think my play now is to just keep making Templars. I feel like the Templars are going to be super, super good. I'm actually going to chase that. I don't quite have that much yet, though. Can I recall again? I can almost recall. If I was him, I would just kill that Pylon. Doesn't look like he's going to, though. Okay, everything he's going to kill will be able to replace it instantly. Let's see. He should lift up. He's not lifting in the air. He's losing so much to these units already, guys. This was the biggest threat to me. And now, I don't think he has that much left. The storms are going to hit from the low ground. Look at those storms. Absolutely beautiful. And I'm going to be able to warp Stalkers and clean that up. Meanwhile, in the middle, there's a tank shelling away. But those Vikings dying, they were the counter to my Colossus and my Carriers and my Tempest. So I'm super happy that he actually made that move. We're going to be able to snipe the tank as well, which is nice. And now I'm going to start building a bunch of cannons here again. I think we're going to break this planetary right now. Let's see. I still don't want the Protoss to max out on freaking Carriers and whatnot. Let's make sure to get some more upgrades. I'm pretty much running out of First of all, upgrades and also money. Let me wait for this one real quick so I actually started in time. That'd be nice. There we go. Make sure to keep the Templars in the back a little bit so they don't get annihilated by this planetary. I can storm the SCVs as well if I have to. Oh my god, that storm is nice. And now, guys, storms are quite good against Void Rays as well, but I don't quite have enough. So I'm going to back off for now, back into my cannons. Oh man, I need some more storms right now, but I just don't quite have them yet. Okay, I'm getting a storm now. That storm is going to hurt so bad. The Mutalisk are taking so much freaking damage. That is absolutely brutal. I do need to keep backing off though, I think. Let's see, my supply is starting to get a little low. I'm going to move some more Archons over here. I mean, as long as I'm fighting with some cannons, it's going to be pretty good, but it's always going to be hard. Okay, so the Mutas are pretty much gone now. I'm going to blink on top of... Oh, Archons, please attack. I don't want these Archons to be freaking move commanding. So we blink back into the cannons, and I'm not going to lie, I'm actually a little surprised that we managed to defend that, because that army looked insane. These Immortals are going to take care of the tanks and Marauders really fast, and we are going to clean up their army at the expense of one of our bases, unfortunately. But that is probably still okay. Just gonna blink onto those Vikings. You can tell he was trying to, you know, get a shot onto my other units. Oh, these Vikings might actually be kind of stuck. Oh no, he's gonna land, guy. I have way more than enough units over here, and we're gonna be able to kill those Vikings as well. And perhaps most importantly, guys, oh, he did actually depower that pylon. Need to keep that in mind. Perhaps most importantly, we denied the base in the middle again. So my opponent should be running out of money pretty soon. Also, next time I'm gonna make a gateway in the middle if I get that camp again, just so I can warp in a bit faster. I'm gonna make a lot of Templars, because these Templars have just been the MVP for me. The Tempest also still alive, by the way. Like, these Tempests have been low-key pretty nuts. The one carrier I made wasn't super impactful. Okay, there we go. We found a base. That is nice. Guess I'll just blink on top of that pylon and kill him. Oh, he has another one, so it doesn't matter too much. But they make units that are not that good against Storm, so I'm just gonna max out on Storm pretty much. I can also still make some DTs, which would be nice. Let's see. He's gonna try to attack this base again. Do these have Storm yet? Oh, some of these actually do have Storm already, so I can use them to defend against the Zerglings. Would be nice. Gonna take this base now too. He's gonna land those. I guess I'll warp in some slow Zealots, more to buy time than anything else. That is Corruptors, which means that the Tempests are now not gonna be as impactful. And this is also a little tough for me. Oh, let's go. Let's do a blink on that. That was a little bit too far forward by him. I guess we're gonna warp some Zealots just to break this real quick. Now, it looks like they're trying to take both bases at the same time. I can definitely not allow that. I also don't want my freaking Templars to... oh, that's a bit of mine. That kind of hurts. I need some more observers, perhaps. Observers would be nice. This is an orbital, so I can kill it pretty easily. He cannot land these Vikings or he will lose all of them, so we don't have to be afraid for that. So this base is gonna die, and then the next base is gonna die as well, and we're still gonna be alive here in the middle, which is really, really nice. Just gonna make sure I target the orbital so I don't... you know, let that fly away. Well, I really don't have any reason to let them happen. One quick storm just to take care of that even faster. And I'm going to try to take this base again myself. Okay, so... Oh, the storms are going to be so big against the Zerglings. Oh my god, guys. I have so many Templars here. I'm going to kill everything with these. The Mutas are already dead. The Corruptors are about to die as well. Oh my god, the storms were a really good idea here. Look at that, guys. That is freaking beautiful. Pretty much the entire Zerg army is dead. And I'm starting to feel like we might have done it here, guys. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, because I know that Protoss guy might be building some freaking, you know, carriers again and stuff. But for now, this is looking really, really good. That is not enough to kill that, I'm pretty sure. So don't really have to worry about that too much. Now we're going to take care of this base as well. Probably should start thinking about taking the base on the other side in the middle as well, like this one. I feel like this would be a really nice base to have. Wait, oh, my one stalker didn't kill it. Okay, there we go. So we deny that base one more time. I'm not quite sure if I want to be making more Tempest, because they've been so good, but I feel like if you make too many, that's also going to be a bit problematic. So let's just take this entire side of the map with cannons, and then after that we'll start focusing on the next one. Oh, I can storm the Vikings and the Widow Mines here. This is going to be brutal. Yeah, one storm and I think all of those are going to die. Look at those Widow Mines, guys. They're pretty much gone already. Now we can take down this base in the middle as well. He's sending a Void Ray to the left side, which is probably just the rally of his Stargate. Kind of looked like he was going somewhere for a second. Sadly, this base already mined out, so we didn't really get like the full fruits of killing that base and being able to mine it. Oh my god, that's like 5 million SCVs. We just killed literally 5 million SCVs, guys. That is crazy. Gonna make a couple DTs just to see if we can do anything. He says no. I think they're starting to realize that they're out of money. This is also the first time in one of these 1v4 challenges where I really starved them, I think. Well, in the Zerg 1v4, we also really popped off, and you know, that base we all mined out. It wasn't just them. We all mined out. This game, however, I have more than enough money. I think I have like, I don't know, 75% of this map or something. Like, it's actually pretty crazy. These TTs are also popping off everywhere I'm looking. I'm getting dubs, which is awesome. Let me just make sure to kill that. I guess I could still be afraid of lurkers. And maybe the carriers as well, but now it looks like I can probably make a push to the middle. I still have my recall available as well. I think I have... I thought I had one observer with me. Oh, I guess I see that one over here. I don't want to die to just like 1DT or something. And now I feel like I have an army that they cannot kill anymore, guys. Like, this army looks freaking insane to me. Or, well, realistically, this army is not that great. But the thing is, I have so many storms, and they don't really have, like... stuff like Bailings or Disruptors or stuff like that, you know? Wait, he doesn't even have that base anymore. Dude, I was so afraid that I would look back at my base and see that there were actually Disruptors, because that would be very, very painful. I'm just going to use the battery overcharge over there. This entire base is dying from the Protoss. I don't think he's going to have enough to break this. Like, look at all these cannons I have, right? There we go. 24-minute cannon rush. Yeah, this is my base, my friend. Blue calls GG. That is the first one gone. I guess I'll be able to take this base right away. If it's going to be nice enough to lift that for me, I'm not going to complain. We're going to kill the last Mutas here. I do still not know how to differentiate these colors, by the way. Like, it feels like I'm playing against purple and dark purple. Dark purple is going to call... Oh, I guess one of those is violet. It's going to call GG. Green is also going to call GG. And I am very, very happy with this game. We did lose the first 3 games. You guys watched one of those. But after that, we seemed to make a perfect formula. And everything in this game went well. From the Oracles to the Storm. Or, well, to the Colossus, first of all, I should say. Because the Colossus were truly the MVPs of this game, I believe. And there we go. We have done it. All right. This one took me 4 attempts. I think usually, so far, at least in my experience, either we do it in like the first or second attempt or we don't complete it at all. This was a very hard challenge and I enjoyed it a lot. Showed you guys the 2 best games. Kind of like the warm-up, the ultimate warm-up game and then the game where we just played perfect. Look at this map, guys. Tell me this map is not absolutely beautiful. We did lose a lot of resources still, 31k. That really shows how much money my mind, and I'm very, very happy with this. This was awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed this challenge as well. If you did, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all for the next one. Adios.